one of the big news things that happened with the Browns was the whole Jadeveon Clowney incident, where he felt like he wasn't being used properly, and he came out and said that, you know, the Browns went one way and then they switched it around to give Myles Garrett favorable matchups. Well, Jadeveon Clowney, on the events of last week, issued a statement. As a Sun parent, I want to fully apologize to anyone offended, specifically Myles Garrett, his family. My words in the locker room were not only taken out of context, but completely misrepresented. As a man, I've reached out to Myles specifically to apologize. I continue to learn and grow as I move forward. The article he's referring to was written by Mary Kay Cabot, who has been covering the Browns for 31 years, which is longer than Myles Garrett or than Jadeveon Clowney has been alive. Mary Kay is fair, honest, and accurate, and unbiased. So maybe he just wants to walk it back, but out of context and misrepresented, I don't think those are accurate words when you describe anything really that Mary Kay does of that magnitude.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, you know, I'm behind Mary Kay and what she says. Obviously, you know, her reputation the past couple decades as a reporter speaks for itself. But, you know, when you look at Jadeveon Clowney this season, obviously not nearly the season he wanted. 2 sacks all season, and 1.5 of those came in the first 2 games of the season. So, I mean, just he never really produced all season, never was the kind of defensive end that, you know, the Browns needed to have opposite Myles Garrett, who was far and away the team's leading sack guy. And a year ago, in 2021, Clowney had 9 sacks. So this is a guy who showed that he has the ability to produce opposite Myles Garrett. And this year, for probably a multitude of reasons, health being a particular one, that he wasn't able to consistently be in games. He was missing time with injury throughout the season. It just never really came together. And I think that's one of the bigger disappointments of the season, was that Clowney just couldn't build off of what was a pretty good 2021.
Yeah, that whole defensive line, other than Myles Garrett, anyone not named Myles Garrett on the defensive line was pretty much a disappointment for the way the season went.